Hey guys, okay, so in today's vlog, I'm super stoked about it because today I'm going to share with you some tools. I'm going to give you some information which should help you in your life to realize why is it you react the way you react, and 90% of the time, how are other people going to react? So these tools will help you become more aware, basically, of our lizard brain, of our subconscious brain. And this awareness gives us more consciousness because it gives us more conscious control of, we all want to be good people, right? We want peace in our lives. We want happy. So I believe that what I'm about to give you isn't even the whole tarot deck. It's not a tarot, it's the major arcana. This is just a few pieces. So the information that I'm going to share with you is from the raw materials. There are a total of 6 volumes, I believe, and raw is an entity that was channeled by 3 people, Carla Ruckert, Jim Elkins, and Jim McCarty, back in the 80s. So Ra, which I said is from the 6th dimension, was also here, visited Earth back when the Egyptians were around. So tarot, the major arcana, everybody, so many people. So this here, let me show you, is like the tarot deck, right? And it's used mainly for divination. People use it as a tool to engage in other people's like energies, what may happen next energetically. They ask their higher self, which is fine. You can use it for that, but that wasn't the intention. Did you know that? The intention when Ra gifted us this tarot back when the Egyptians, so when you see the original tarot, which looks nothing, well, a lot of it doesn't look like what we see today in the Rider's deck, in this deck. A lot of it, the major arcana, they don't look the same. So originally what Ra did when it came down with the Egyptians, and their biggest thing is that they cannot infringe free will, because if these entities, so 6th dimension is like the angelic dimension almost. So if these entities, they're such a high vibration, but if they were to infringe on our free will, they've broken the law of free will. And every time they break a law, their energy decreases. So it takes them down from the 6th dimension to I don't know where. And then they have to do their work all over again to bring them back up to the 6th dimension vibration. So if you can imagine, and if you think about it, that makes sense, because angels, God, whatever, we can ask the questions and they will never give us an answer. We can ask them to show me my path, highest good, easiest path, show me. We can say that, and then they'll give synchronicities, but they will never give you an answer, because that means they infringe your free will, which brings their angelic vibration down, and they do not want to do that. Okay, so let's talk about, so Ra calls us humans the mind, body, soul complex. So if you're interested in reading these books, all 6 series, when Ra refers to the mind, body, soul complex, Ra is referring to human beings, us human beings, okay? So let's get that out of the way. Now, let's go back to the major arcana. So there are 22 major arcana in the tarot deck. And this one here, for example, this is the magician, okay? Now, I just said that we now use the tarot for divination, energy telling, right? But what it was really intended for when Ra gifted us with the tarot. So Ra got back then Egyptians, they interpreted Ra's information in drawings. So they drew the major arcana in what's now the tarot deck. And the purpose of these drawings was to give us information of what energy follows what. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm just going to get into it, okay? So for example, the first card that we see in the tarot deck, the major arcana, is the Magician. You know what? I should have taken out the Magician and show. Oh, here's the Magician in the tarot deck that we have these days. But this is what the Magician was really supposed to look like. Look at the difference in the two. This is like today. This is channeled Ra's original channel. Now, Ra describes the Magician to be like when God created light. So consciousness, I have notes if I'm looking down. They're just my notes, just so you guys know. I have so much stuff on my desk. So Ra, okay. So here's the thing. Sorry, I have to tell you guys this part because otherwise it's not going to make sense. So the Magician and the High Priestess, this is the High Priestess that Ra drew out. The Magician and the High Priestess are supposed to go together. This is how you kind of can have an idea where you are in your life. Now, let me tell you, the Magician and the High Priestess are our mind complex. Okay, so the Magician represents the matrix, and the matrix, I just wrote from the dictionary, is an environment or material in which something develops. Free choice becomes the matrix of human life. That's from the dictionary. Now, the High Priestess, which also represents the subconscious mind, is the potentiator. So the potentiator is a reactant or regent that enhances an action. Okay, so now that we know this is the matrix, this is the potentiator. Now, if these two are our mind complex, matrix and potentiator, so the Magician here, which represents your third eye, which represents your throat chakra, is citrine. The Magician, if you look at this cage here, the bird is boxed. So when God created light, it created awareness of itself. Okay, so now the creator is aware of itself. But there's you see this ball, so see the awareness is there. It's like, okay, wow, we have awareness. But yet there's nothing quite contained in the awareness. But if you look at the bottom, as the Magician gets heavier, look at the bird. The bird's contained. And this here is your polarity, negative, positive, negative, positive. So the polarity, it's not completely started, okay? Just awareness exists. So that's actually what the Magician is all about. Okay, and it represents a house because a house is a box, it's a container. But here it's just, it just looks like a container. Now, so this is your matrix. Remember, the matrix is an environment or material in which something develops. Free choice becomes the matrix of human life. So where's your free choice and will coming in? In the potentiator. So the potentiator right here, which is her, which is your subconscious mind basically, and she is the veil. So if you look here, you have the dark and you have the light. You've got she is the beginning of polarities. She is essentially your karma. So look at that. She's got negative and she's got positive polarities. So this is your subconscious mind. Do you see the veil on her? You see that? that she's the veil. So what we are not aware of with consciousness, because we're in the box still, she is creating these long, heavy kind of chips. If you can think like computer chips, she's inserting, and the insertion is through your experiences and your past lives, which are in your subconscious mind. She is the creator of that. And in this life, our purpose is to recognize her and recognize all of that subconscious, because she's the potentiator. Until we recognize what she's giving us through the subconscious mind, with consciousness, we cannot move on and live this life in oneness, because our point is to go back to the creator. So the creator creates light, right? So here's the light. But the creator also wants experiences. So created this house for us to box us in. And in order to get out of this house, we have to get through a lot of life, a lot of experiences from past ancestral karma. Everything comes down with us when we are born. And this is her. And once you have balanced your polarities on this earth in this life, when this yin yang, male female, is balanced and it's in the middle, see how she's sitting in the middle, this veil lifts. And look at, if you look closely, you can also, I don't know what's that called, it's called a crucifix or something like that. That's when the oneness with the creator becomes, you become one, and that's when you become protected. And if you look at this, the grapes represent protection, and she's covered on this side, on the right side, because the right side is your future. And when oneness here in the middle with balance, you become protected in life. Okay, we're 12 minutes in. I actually had the body, this is the body, mind, body complex, and the soul. You guys have to see the soul. Here's the soul. This is the matrix. This is the potentiator for the soul. Looks scary, right? I can't wait to explain those. And this here is the matrix. This is the strength card, what it's supposed to look like. And the hermit is the potentiator for the body complex. I guess that'll be another vlog. Love you guys. Let me know if that helped and how you guys feel about this vlog. Bye.